Looking for a little isolation, a little something to stretch your imagination close to home, no matter where you live? We found something for you. This is Lake Lilinona, Brookfield, Connecticut, Driftwood, capital of the world. My world, anyway. Welcome to a place where the quiet brush of a wave calms the heartbeat and chisels away the rough edges of both you and the driftwood washed ashore. There's nothing you could bring here that will last, save the anticipation of your next find. Stress, anxiety, all wash away with the surf as you round every corner waiting for that one piece to call out to you. If you happen to be a connoisseur of finely soaked wood, then you will be intoxicated by this land of simple treasure. And the more off of the beaten path you go, the more there will be to discover. Like most state parks, Lake Lilinona has an abundance of hiking trails, some of which take you right down to the water's edge. But not all of these shores can be reached on foot, so if you want to find the good stuff, you have to get into those hard-to-reach places, because it's here that you may find that hardcover for your photo album or a silky smooth garden display. Your mind is your limit, that and the path you're walking on, because access to these shores isn't as easy as it would appear. Now, I know what you're thinking, canoe or a kayak, but the problem with a canoe is you start piling pieces of driftwood in there like this. You know, something you want to use for your garden decoration. You're liable to flip it just reaching for it. And for a kayak, there's no place to strap it, so you're kind of stuck. As long as you're content with collecting small pieces of driftwood, kayaks such as these are fine, providing you have one and are willing to scratch it up a bit and don't flip it or fill it with water. And even after you have all that covered, they're still just a little too rigid for this activity. The ideal vessel for this adventure can usually be found discarded, abandoned, or the more preferred outdated. The more outdated, the larger, and the larger, the better. This used to be a windsurfing board. Found it after a storm. Collected a ladder and turned the driftwood into a seat. And paid 30 bucks for the paddle. It don't get any cheaper than that. Now the good thing about this is it's not going to flip. It won't collect water, weigh you down, and you got plenty of room to strap big or small pieces of driftwood. Mine. If you have a choice over a windsurfer board, try to find one with a collapsible dagger board. It'll help balance the load. Just try not to pack too much wood on board, otherwise you'll find yourself paddling at the bottom of the lake. Most rivers and lakes cater to other recreational visitors, such as fishermen, jet skis, boats of all shapes and sizes. Be mindful when you hear one approach. These waves can flip you. Point into the wave and ride it out. If you're walking the shore, try to trail your board behind you. A wave-slapped board into your shins or ankles can do a great deal of damage, so keep an ear up to your surroundings. Pack along a cooler with snacks, Ziplocs for your dry goods, along with a bottle of water and a pair of polarizing sunglasses to help cut down on the glare. And keep an eye out for those other creatures that visit these shores. Humans aren't the only ones here. There's beaver, frogs, weasel, a variety of birds, and snakes. I almost paddled right into him. Oh man, is that great? That's a water snake. This is just great. I just realized I'm paddling underneath these trees, and they hang out in these trees. They're not man-eaters, but if you're a little sensitive to snakes, they'll get the best out of you. That they'll do. You'll be paddling real fast to get away from them. Not every lake is going to contain good quality driftwood. There has to be a steady flow of water pushing the wood through. A good time to look is after a hard rain. That usually shakes things up a bit and keeps the wood moving. To get a bird's eye view of a lake or a river near you, take a look at a map or atlas for your area or click on Google Earth. Be careful out there. Wear your life vest, stick close to the shore, and have a weekend on the earth.